Hi everybody, welcome to our very first Power and Precision class. I'm your Exos coach Connor. In Power and Precision, what we're going to do is maximize the work that we do in as little time as possible. So that means each movement that we do is going to have to be done at a very high intensity. The nature of these workouts means that we have to actually have a pretty substantial amount of time for rest in order to ensure the quality and intensity of each rep and exercise is done at pretty close to 100%. So if you find a workout to be a little too easy or it's not really tiring you out, try to make sure that you up the intensity a little bit before you just give up, all right? We're not going to do a lot of reps in a given exercise, and it's going to feel like a lot of rest, but it's all about the quality and intensity of the movement, all right? Power refers to the work that we do over time. The more work, less time, the more powerful we are, all right? And then precision, we're going to really dial in the skills that it takes to actually move functionally. So power, but functionally. That's kind of what power and precision is. All right, so in today's workout, we are going to need a jump rope, a medicine ball, a yoga mat, and some water, okay? We're going to be focusing mostly on body weight power today. We're going to progress through a couple different things in subsequent classes, but today is mostly going to be body weight, and then we're only going to use these things just as kind of like add-ins, all right? So we'll jump right into it with our warm-up. Let's start with loosening our neck up. If you had any of my classes before, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to start looking up at the ceiling, put your hands on the front of your forehead, and then apply a little bit of downward pressure with those hands. Work through it with your head until you are then looking down at the ground in front of your feet. All right, then put those hands on the back of your head and do the same in the opposite direction. Resist it with your hands and extend your neck up until you're looking back up at the ceiling. Okay, good. Left ear down to your left shoulder. Might look like my right to you, but it's my left. All right, right hand on top of the head. And then put your other ear down to the opposite shoulder. All right, switch hands. And go back to your starting position. All right, then we're going to do a rotation. So chin over the left shoulder. Work through till you're looking over the right. Switch hands. And work through. All right, it's very important that we start off with limbering up our neck. That's one of the most devastating injuries possible, so we want to try to take some precautions there. Next up, we're going to do a little bit of trunk twist, protect the spine. All right, nice and gentle with the arms in at first. As you increase the speed that you're twisting, you can start to extend your arms for a little more momentum. You should feel that thoracic spine start to open up. Okay. Now, if you have the med ball ready, go ahead and grab that. We're going to do some med ball around the world. Look like some globetrotters here, okay? Make sure it's not too heavy or anything, and also make sure you're not swinging it too hard. I don't want it to go, flying through your living room or anything, break a TV or something. So we're going to start with just around the world. Just like this. And then we'll switch directions, go the opposite way. For me, this is a little more challenging, I guess, because I'm passing with my left hand. All right, and then grab it with two hands out in front of you. So what we're going to do is now circle it up around the back of our heads and back in front of us and keep this windmill going. You want to start to incorporate your hips a little bit in this movement. Make sure you're under control here. Okay, and I'm going to switch directions. Okay, all right. Now you put the medicine ball down. If you need to, I guess you do pretty much need to, grab a wall and then make sure you have like a pretty wide area of space where you're not going to kick anything or whatever. But we're going to work on loosening our hips up now. So with my left hand against the wall, I'm going to plant my left foot and I'm going to start swinging my right leg. Back and forth first. Remember, under control, but you do want to start loosening it up. Feel a little bit of tension in each swing. All right, now that was backward and forward. I'm going to turn and face the wall, and I'm going to go side to side with that right leg. All right, I'm going to switch legs, so now my right hand is against the wall, my right foot is planted. I'll swing my left foot. All right, and I'm going to switch, turn and face the wall, and then go side to side with my left leg. Okay, good, good. Now we're just going to get 30 seconds of jump rope in just to, kickstart our heart rate, get ready for the next, get ready for the real workout today. All right. Ready, 30 seconds, and begin. If you can't go the whole time or you don't have a jump rope, just keep hopping for 30 seconds. I don't know if you had me before, then you also know that I'm not the greatest at jump rope. Try to get better. All right, you got 5 seconds left. Keep it going. All righty. Hopefully you feel a little warmed up. Hopefully that heart's starting to beat now. I'm going to get a quick drink of water before we get into it. So like I said, power, all about intensity. Maximum work over minimum time. All right? And then between exercises, we need to make sure that we rest enough to get a good quality time the next time we step up. So in order to ensure that rest, our workout's going to look like this today. We're going to have 3 rounds. Each round is going to have 2 exercises, okay? And I'm only calling them rounds. I should call them kind of stages because we're actually going to repeat these stages 2 or 3 different times based on the amount of time that it'll take, all right? So round 1, which is what we're going to start in a minute, we're going to do 7 squats right into 5 glute bridges. Now, these shouldn't really necessarily be slow and controlled. They should be really explosive, all right? And when I say that, I don't mean throw form out the window, but make sure it's a move where you're really being intense. You should be exploding up on these squats. Don't really necessarily concentrate on form, make sure everything's symmetric, but you're gonna wanna come down and come right back up, down, right back up, just like that, all right, all 7. And then minimize the time that it takes, get down into that glute bridge, and then pump out 5 right away. And then we'll take a 30-second break. Then we move into round 2, which is gonna be knee-based plyo push-ups, which is, we'll be on our knees, push off, a little bit of space between our palms and the ground, come back down, just like that. V raises, take a 30-second rest. Go into stage 3 where we have planking foot jacks and then mountain climber sprints, all right? And then that'll be the end of the first round through. And we'll do 2 or 3 rounds through, okay? And in between those rounds, the bigger rounds, we'll have about a minute and a half break. Okay, so without further ado, I'll shut up now. We can get started. So, like I said, we'll start with 7 squats into 5 glute bridges. All right, ready, set, go. Drop down, explode up, intense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that drop down, 5 glute bridges. Try to pick those toes up so your toes are kind of pointed up to the corner of the wall opposite you. Explode up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now we got 30 seconds until we start the second stage of this round. All right. Like I said, form definitely important, especially for safety when you're doing power. The safest way to do something is going to be with the proper form, but you need to make sure it's high intensity, it's explosive. Or else this is just going to kind of be too easy of a workout. It's not really going to do much for you. So we have about 5 seconds left. All right. So we're going to do knee-based plyometric push-ups first. Get ready, get in push-up position. Ready, and we have 5 of them. Ready, begin. Down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice how I'm just getting a little lift off, but I'm exploding up. All right. Now we're going to stand up for some V raises. Okay. Get down in a little bit of a squat. Start with your arms and your hips, just like this. All right, and then raise up and out. 1, 2. There's 7 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I was going a little too slow there on those V raises. You really want to explode. All right. You don't want to explode so much that you're compromising form and bending that back, but you want to explode just out like that, all right? So we have about 15 seconds left here before we get into the third stage of this round. Do planking foot jacks and then a mountain climber sprint. So we're going to spend a lot of our time down on the ground here. 5 seconds, we'll get started. We'll start in push-up position. So planking foot jacks, we'll start, you can start on your elbows or your hands. I'm gonna do my hands. So for those foot jacks, you wanna jump, separate your feet, and then jump back together, okay? And we're gonna do that 5 times, really explosively, really fast. And then we go right into a 10-second mountain climber sprint, all right? Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we got time for this one. 5 more seconds left in the mountain climber sprint. Be really fast, really explosive. Get those knees up. 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, nice job, nice job. All right, now we got about a 1.5 minute break until we start back up at the top from the first stage. Hopefully now you're a little bit adjusted to the movements that we're going to be doing. You want to make sure you get good quality in the movements, but also be explosive. I'm going to get a quick drink of water. So, if you're wondering, like, why do we get so much rest time? Like, I don't really necessarily feel that tired yet. I would say you got to think, like, with power and how important it is to be intense. You need to have your breath to be able to do it. But coordination is so closely linked to power because the most efficient way to do something is going to maximize the work you do over time. That's pretty much what efficiency is. And the most efficient way to do something is doing it with the right form. So power is really all about coordinating your body to recruit the correct muscles to maximize your ability to get something done in the least amount of time possible. You know, you think about it. If somebody is going to shoot a basketball, you know, like Stephen Curry, it's super quick for him because he's automatic. He's already got a lot of power built in because he has that muscle memory. Whereas, you know, someone like me, if I go shoot a basketball, it'll probably look much, much, much slower because I don't have those coordination loops already created in my mind, those mind muscle connections. They're not as strong, all right? And that comes from powerful training. All right, we got about 15 seconds left. And then we'll jump right into it. It'll be 7 squats, 5 glute bridges again. Right at the top of that first stage. All right. Here we go. So, 7 squats. Make sure you're explosive. Definitely have good form. Be explosive. Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, right down on the ground into those glute bridges. Point those toes up. Ready? Explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Nicely done, nicely done. Give it 20 seconds for our rest before we jump into that second stage. Second stage is plyometric push-ups. Explode up, a little bit of a lift off the ground. Doesn't have to be super big, and like, if it's hurting your hands at all, just do a regular push-up. Just make sure you're exploding up. That's why I would make it a plyo push-up, but it's really up to you. You don't have to do that lift. And then 7 V raises, okay? All right, 5 seconds here. We'll start with those push-ups. Plyo push-ups. All right, on your marks, we're doing 5. Get set and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then 7 V raises, all right? Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 30 seconds from now, okay. Then we'll jump right into the third stage. Third stage is planking foot jacks with a mountain climber sprint, all right? 5 foot jacks, and then a 10-second sprint. All out, all you got, mountain climber sprint. I think we'll have enough time. We'll be able to do a third round through here, and then we'll go into a cool down, and then warm up. Stretching, sorry. All right, so remember this one's all the way down on the ground. Get down right now. All right, 5 planking foot jacks. On your marks, get set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 seconds, let's go, explode. Keep it going, keep it going, keep those legs pumping. Push it, push it, push it. 3, 2, 1, done. All right. I think that's a good finish there. That's a good sprint to the finish line of the round. All right, nice job. All right, we got about a minute and a half left. And then we'll start on our third round. Oh man. I wish I could talk to you guys right now. Be like, all right, so how's everybody doing? I feel like little conversations like that make workouts just a little bit, they go a little bit quicker, you know? Make them a little bit easier. All right, we got about a little bit over 30 seconds left. All right, so remember the top of the first stage is 7 squats into 5 glute bridges. All right, you want to maximize that efficiency, as much work as possible, and as little time as possible. All right, let's do it. 7 squats, 5 glute bridges. Marks, get set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, into the glute bridge, 5 glute bridges. Tilt those toes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 30-second break. Get into that second stage. Plyometric push-ups with V raises. Woo. So, I think that I'm tempted. I really like plyometrics and to pair plyometrics with power exercises because I feel like allowing things to be based on impact and explosiveness to the point where you are able to lose control a little bit, that's really what power is all about. And when you're squatting, when you come to the top of your squat and your limbs start to lock out and you extend your legs all the way, you really stop producing power at the top. Whereas if you jump through that lockout, it's a little bit more power output. So maybe in future sessions we'll have a little bit more plyometrics. But now, plyometric push-ups. We do 5 of these and then 7 V raises. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 V raises, right into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 30 seconds. I think I gave you a little too long a rest that last time, my bad. I just get to talk now. Shut up. Okay. 15 seconds left. This is it. This is the last stage of the workout, and then we go into the cool down, and then a little bit of stretching. Let me check the time over here. All right, perfect. We got about 18 minutes, so let's do it. Planking foot jacks, we got 5 of them, and then a 10-second sprint to the finish line. All right, mountain climber sprint. All right, here we go. 5 foot jacks. Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. Go ahead. All you got. Keep it pumping. Keep it going. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Done. Woo. All right. Nice job. Nice job. All right, we'll give it a minute, and then we'll get into that cool down. Okay. My mouth's getting a little dry. I got the fan going on. I know you probably hear it. It's like, thinking my mouth's super dry. All right. So, for the cool down today, we are going to be doing jumping jacks, a couple of slow and controlled squats, and then we'll do some windshield wiper hips, and then we'll finish up with a light plank. All right, and I say light plank because It's not going to be for too long, and you can do pretty much whatever position you want to do. Okay? Whichever variation of a plank, I should say. It's all plank position. All right, so start with 10 jumping jacks. Doesn't have to be rushed. Everything that we do during this cool down is kind of at your own pace. The whole goal here is just to bring that heart rate down comfortably, right? 10 jumping jacks. Go ahead. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So we'll get right into 3 squats, nice, slow, and controlled. You know, before we were working on power, we did it really explosively. Now do the opposite, just pay attention to all the form. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, that was 4. Only supposed to be 3. My bad. All right. So now if you have that yoga mat, make sure you sit down on there. I guess I'll do it this way. Actually, I think this might be the best way to show you. I'll get down on my back here. Pull my legs up. My knees should be kind of close to my chest, but then I'm going to extend them so that I have a right angle between my thighs and my stomach. All right. Put your arms firmly on the ground to your sides. That's what's going to kind of anchor you down. And then just rotate those hips back and forth. 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. It's okay if it didn't look too perfect. I know my knees were starting to cheat up a little bit, less of a right angle, but the closer you get to a right angle, the more difficult it's going to be, which is, you know, that's what we're going for, all right? That's just going to challenge us, make us a little better. And then finally, we'll end with a 30-second plank here. Whatever plank variation you want to do, I'm going to go on my elbows. All right, 3, 2, 1, up. Remember, straight line between your points of contact here. You don't want your butt up in the air. You don't want it down towards the ground. You want a straight line. Contract your core. Squeeze those glutes. Keep it all locked in. We got about 10 seconds left right now. 10 seconds left, that's it. Keep breathing, stay focused. 3, 2, 1, done. Okay. Now for some stretches. All right. I'm going to start with a nice butterfly stretch. So I'll put the bottoms of my feet together in front of me. Give a slight push down with my elbows onto my legs. Try to bring my knees closer to the ground. Separate from each other, but closer to the ground. Hold that for another 3 seconds. 2, 1. Up, relax a little bit. And then go back down and stretch that butterfly one more time. Three, 2, 1, done. All right. Next, I'm going to bring my right leg over and across my left leg. Grab a hold of that leg. Just give it a little nice hug. All these knee huggers. Pull that knee closer to your chest. You should feel a nice stretch here on the outside of your glute and the top back of your thigh. All right, now switch legs. Okay, now we're going to get up into kind of like a runner's position for a runner's stretch. So I'll start with both of my knees on the ground. I'll step my left leg out. All right, sink my hips towards that front heel. And then now just to get a nice full body stretch in, I'm going to open up my right hand towards the ceiling and then open it behind me. So hips should still be pushed towards that front heel, but you should be pointing behind you with your hand, with your right hand. Okay, I'm going to switch legs. Step out with my right leg, Hips down to that right heel. Then reach up and open back. Okay. Nicely done. All right, that wraps it up for today. Thank you for joining me for our very first power and precision class. Hope you enjoyed it. In future classes, like I said, we're going to have a progression of things that we focus on from medicine ball using and then things like that. I already have them planned out, but I forget what the names are right now. My bad. Well, I hope to see you next time. Enjoy.